Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of the Beginner Series. It has been a while. I know a lot of you have been asking for this, and I do apologize for being away for so long. I logged into this game to take, this account, to take a look to see what was going on. It's been 17 days since I've been in here, so I do apologize for being away for so long. The last time we were here together, we were in the middle of an event, I forget which one it was called, and I was going to try to actually grind it and get some stuff for this account, and life got in the way. Other events were going on in other games, and I just couldn't really keep up with it. So I didn't get very far, but I'm okay with that. We also had the stay-at-home free giveaways that were coming from the makers of the games who were getting free food. I didn't use that, so it looks like I lost most of that. So what I did, I basically logged in, I watched a couple of videos when I was testing my setup, and that was it. So the goal of this video is to try to get back to this beginner series. I'm going to see what was going on with this account because I don't really remember everything I was doing, so I'm going to check that out, see where we're at, and then I'm going to discuss something. The main point of this video is going to be to discuss something that I was planning on talking about later on, and it has to do with how you set up your squads. And I didn't think it was important right at this level, but as it turns out, people are... there's a lot of people that have multiple accounts and they maximize counts at lower levels, or they just, they played a higher level account and they didn't like it, so they made a lower level account, and they're basically camping really low and just basically creating an account that is not possible to beat using the setup that I was preaching with this video series. So if you guys are at the same level I am, there's a way to quote unquote fix it, or to take care of the problems that you're facing if you're doing what I'm doing. I believe the last time we were together, I upgraded my throne room to 5, and I trained up all my people to 30, and I had 4 fighters. We were a 4x30. And let me take one step back real quick. I know that I'm in Hustle Castle, and that the series is me making games in Hustle Castle. But the same is true for Zero City and American Dad. So if you play those games and you've been following the series, or if you're new here and you're not sure, a lot of these strategies are going to be helping you there, especially this stuff that I'm going to talk about in a minute. It's kind of advanced, and it's not the beginner level stuff, but it's apparently something that is needed at this level. So this is something people do all the way up. It's not just these levels. These are things that people do to make their squad stronger, so they're more competitive in the arena, and we're going to talk about what that is and how to do it if that's something you're interested in. So like I said, I was 4x30 and I was fighting people, and my strategy in the past has always been, you basically get to, max out all your fighters to 40, and then you either fight in the arena, or once you get a little higher, you fight in the portal, get better gear, you get stronger, then you start winning, you grind like crazy, you get all the gear you need, and get the equipment you need, you upgrade to the next level. That's kind of how I did it. That's how others have done it, but that's not really working anymore. So stay tuned for a little bit, and I will talk about what that's going to be. But first thing I want to do is just go and see what's going on with this account, because like I said, it's been a while. It has been a while. I have everything maxed out, as you can see, just hadn't really been playing it. And when I was playing it, I finished upgrading everything, had everything maxed out as well. And let's just go check out our throne room. Let me find it. Don't even remember where that is. There we go. We are TR5 currently, which means I can, with everything maxed out, I can train my fighters up to level 30. Upgrade. Here you go, currently 30. We upgraded, it'll put us to 40. We can't do that until we upgrade our throne room. So I had everybody at 4x30. Not there at the moment, and I will show you what that is shortly. So I am also in the process of upgrading my people in the castle to level to 5 stars. Where are my people? Oh, there we go. As you can see, we're averaging just over 4 stars. We got a tick over there. I don't think I have any 3 stars left in here, and everybody's 4, and I think I have 1, maybe 2 5 stars. I've actually been surprised I haven't gotten more 5 stars, but it is what it is. The process, go back and look at earlier videos on how to do that. It's pretty easy. I have a 5-star guy in here right now. No, I don't. I have a 4-star guy in here right now, which is part of the problem. I need a 5-star guy. And then you basically put your highest level guy in there, let them stay. You don't really need them for other stuff. And then just start rotating in the highest star girls you have, and over and over and over, and then eventually you will have nothing but 5 stars, which is where we're going on this account. So let's go ahead and check out some of these birthdays and see if we got some 5 stars, preferably a 5-star guy coming in. That's really what we need. And that's not it. So it's not. So immediately get rid of them. Basically, if it's not a 5-star, I'm going to get rid of them. 1-star, definitely not. And just so you guys know, you can breed a 5-star and a 5-star, and you can get a 1-star. So, you know, don't think the game is broken or get frustrated. That is part of the process. You just got to keep going and keep going, and eventually you're going to get what you're looking for. I think they must have dropped the 5-star rates because I used to get 5-stars a little more quickly than I am right now, and I'm breeding some 4s and 5s, and I'm not getting anything. So, you know, it's fine. So we got a bunch here. So let's go ahead and get these babies going. Literally get these babies going. There's a 5-star. That's good. So she's a 4 and pregnant, and she's a 5 and pregnant. So we got 2 5-star women here that had a baby. So, you know, maybe something will come out of that one. I'm just going to go ahead and leave them here because I don't know how long it'll be until I get back into this game and they can get pregnant again in 24 hours. I'm just going to leave them there. Everything's maxed out. I don't need to be producing anything at the moment. So that's fine. We'll leave that there. We have 20 out of 20 fighters. That's fine. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have the deals, Goblin Assistant. I apparently still have this going on. Maybe? I'm not sure. It doesn't matter because I don't need to grab anything. And I got an offer here for the 5,000 for $4.99, which is a very good deal. It's not the top deal. I've gotten this one. This is like the 3rd time I've gotten this one, I think. The top deal here is $9.99 for 22,000 diamonds. So that's the one you want to hold off. That's the one, if you don't buy anything, every 3 months you can get that. I believe you can get it repeatedly every 3 months. Again, like I said in the past, I don't think I'm gonna do that on this account. I don't think I plan on spending any money there. And we're going to look at this, see what we have here. I didn't play for a long time, so look at this. Since I didn't play for such a long time, they gave me a bunch of free stuff for coming back to the game. So I'm just going to leave that here. I'm not going to collect it right now because most of it's going to be wasted. But later on, it'll come in handy. So I don't know what the timing is on that when you get this. But like I said, I didn't log in for over 2 weeks. So potentially it's 2 weeks when you get that offer. Here's the stay at home. I got a couple more days of the stay at homes. A lot of them have been just timing out and going away. Oh, this is from the event. I didn't do that. And there's some other stuff from the event I missed as well that I was planning on getting, but since I stopped playing, I missed out on those, but that's fine. All right, what else do we have on this account? We got a trophy for being a team player. All right. Don't really care about that right now. That's not important to what this video is about. And I guess that's the main stuff. We got all of these things. I'm not gonna do these right now. What these will do, this will give me money. This will give me a bunch of stuff, but it's gonna be wasted because I maxed out on everything. So I'm gonna hold out on this until I upgrade to TR6, until I upgrade to TR6. But you're gonna see something weird in a minute of how, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna be thinking about it as I go through it. I think that is it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our fighters. So you're gonna see something very different and very odd here. This will be the main point of what this video is. So let me go here, go info. Look at this. So right now, instead of being at 4x30, I'm now fighting, and well, never mind, I won't say that yet. So instead of fighting 4x30, I have a 30, a 20, a 17, and a 16. I know that is very weird. And how did I get back down to here? What I ended up doing, I took all my 30 level fighters, and I was going to say I deleted them. I banished them from the castle, so they're gone. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. And I took a bunch more fighters and I trained them up to these levels. So a 30, a 20, a 17, and a 16. And as you can see, one of them's not even in gear. So what's happening now and why am I doing this? So let's start with the top here. This is the event weapon that we got, all epics. So this is a level 30 fighter. Very strong. It's a tank, and I don't usually like having my tank being the big damage dealer, but I was going for the archer weapon in the back, and I ended up not getting it, and I didn't come back to the game, so I missed that in the last event. So we're going to stick with this. That's fine. So we have a level 30 fighter. Okay, let's just leave that at there for the moment. Here we go. We got a level 16, and I have him another tank up front. Why? I'll explain that in a minute too. For now, we'll just talk about it. Here we have a level 17 who's doing nothing. She's just going to die immediately. And then we have a level 20 archer in the back who's going to be dealing some damage. And she does happen to have not you, somebody else. You? yeah, so this guy has a rune, an artifact, sorry, which happens to summon a sniper, and that sniper gets summoned when an ally dies. So there's going to be two things we're going to discuss. One, why do I have somebody that has no gear on? She's going to die immediately, which will trigger this occasionally, so that's very helpful. But there's the second reason that I have that. So, all right, so let's get in and talk about why I have all this weird setup. I'm sure plenty of you know it, but if you're new to the game, you probably don't know. There are some things in this game called brackets and levels, and when I was at 4x30, I was fighting other people at 4x30. When I had a 30, a 30, a 30, and a 29, I don't know if they have that at that level, but it's another bracket. So you're not fighting all 30s, you're fighting people basically on their way up to 30s. So what people are doing now, they're doing something, I forget what the term is called, but it allows you to span multiple brackets, but to have a higher level fighter and to fight that high level fighter at a lower level. And how do you do that? Let me bring up this screenshot here. Not screenshot, it's an image posted in a variety of places all over the internet. So I'm not going to read all the words here, but the main thing I'm looking at is over here on the right side. These are brackets. I'm not sure if they're 100% accurate anymore. This is kind of an old screenshot, or sorry, an image. But so instead of, if I look here at 30 max, this is where I was fighting before. So the maximum fighter I had was level 30. Everybody was a 30. The average of those people were 30. So I was in this thing called a 30 max. And the way these things are determined are based on your top N level of fighters. And by N, I mean the number of people here in your barracks. How many do you have? How many can you have? I have 4, so it'd be the max. I would use it on the max 4 people. If I didn't upgrade my barracks, I only had 3, then it'd be the max 3. So that's the N I'm going to talk about here. So here for 30 max, it's going to be your max N fighters. For me is 4. And what you end up doing is you take the average of the top N fighters. So for me, it was a 30, a 20, a 17, and a 16. 30, 50, 67, 77, 83. 83 divided by 4 gives me 20.75. So that's the number that you're looking for. So 20.75 puts me under 20.9. So now I'm fighting in this 20 max level. So I have a level 30 fighter, and I'm fighting in this level 20 max group. There's a couple rules down here which will come in more important later at higher levels, but you can't span 3 brackets and things like that. But right now, it's not really critical to this. So I have a level 30, and I'm fighting people who potentially have a max of 20. So as you can see, even with this person here who has no gear, and she's doing nothing other than triggering an artifact occasionally, it's not really a big deal because I have this level 30, and the higher you are, the stronger you are, the more that you're capable of doing. So she is able to go in there and really damage people a lot. So she is basically just tearing up everybody who's not the people that they're fighting the the 3x3 or 2 by the 3 or 4 by 20. My level 30 is destroying them. They have no chance. But the problem is my squad's fairly weak for this setup. So if I find somebody else that's doing this kind of stuff, they're going to have people that have better stuff. So the question is, why am I not outfitting some of these people to make them stronger, make them better? The reason is because I deleted a lot of my gear when I was doing that event, because in that event it needed you to delete gear, and I don't have a lot of low level stuff. So look at this, my lowest level is 18. I need a 17. Or look at gear here. Go to the bottom. Oopsie. Here, so I go to the bottom and I have a 16. Hey, look at that, I can put her in a 16 and a 15. Okay, I have a couple things, but I don't want another tank up front. So having a weak tank up front is not going to help me as much as having an archer in the back that's dealing damage. So if I had some archer gear, I would certainly use that, but having her die quickly is helping me because it's triggering this artifact here for this fighter. But if you come up with this approach early on, you can save your gear and have better gear, and you can be set up properly, which I had the gear, but I deleted a bunch of it for getting the shards out of it, and that is what I needed for the event. So this is the setup. Let me go ahead and bring up that chart again. This is, oh, sorry. You had the chart up the whole time. I actually went to different screens, so you guys didn't see that. So I apologize for whatever I was trying to show and you guys weren't seeing. Yeah, that was really bad. But basically, I was pointing to my lower and my higher level fighters, the one without gear and the one that is my top level 40. So this idea, this concept, people have been doing, and at the next level up, it's even worse. So if I look at the 30 max group, you have people, and I saw this when I was trying to fight 4x30. There were people in this 30 max group doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, but their TR is level 6 now, so they have the capability of producing level 40 people, and once you start producing level 40 people, you can start producing legendary items and legendary artifacts. So there are people in the 30 max group now, which is who I was fighting, that have a level 40 person, fully maxed out legendary items, legendary weapon, legendary armor, legendary ring, legendary amulet, and a legendary artifact. So that one person basically can go in with that item or that setup and have everybody else in their squad with nothing. So there's regular workers, and they decimate my entire squad when I was at 4x30. That's the difference of having a level 40 versus a level 30. And then once you start getting artifacts and you start getting legendary artifacts and you get legendary gear, it's so much stronger than everything else. So this setup, this concept, this idea is the way you're going to have to go if you want to be effective in the arena at these lower levels. I'm not sure how far up you need to go for that to be the case. Maybe once you start to get to the 40 max and people get full on legendaries, everything, maybe that changes. I'm not there yet. We'll go there with this account. But for now, at these lower levels, if you want to have a chance to win at the arena, you need to do some sort of setup like this, because you just can't compete with people that have higher level gear, higher level artifacts, higher level items. So I think I covered. I didn't really cover that the way I wanted to cover it, but I think I got the main points out there. So drop some questions in the comments if you didn't fully understand that, or if you need a better explanation, and I will go ahead and cover that. I do want to say that I didn't, we created a Discord server for QC Runner, and it was not out there when we created our last video. So look down below in the comments, and not the comments, sorry, in the description. I'll have a link to the Discord server. And what that is it's just a location that I can communicate with everybody who is on the server. And my goal is to get most of the watchers, as many as possible, on that server. So whenever I have announcements or comments or suggestions or whatever, I can put that there on the server, and you guys are going to see it immediately rather than me putting out in a video. But also it's a place to discuss strategy and tips and things like that. So I don't have a beginner series area in there at the moment, but there are a lot of areas on the server called channels that people are discussing all different kinds of concepts, and this specific one is one that we can discuss on there. So go ahead and join that if that is something that you're interested in, or if you guys use Discord, and ask questions there, because there's a lot of people that know about this concept, and if I don't get to it right away, I will eventually, but if I don't get to it right away, then and there's other people there that will be able to respond to it. And we're up to almost 300 members on that server now. It's been growing very quickly. It's been live for less than 2 weeks, and it's been going really good. So if you're not a member yet, go ahead, look down below in the description and join. And when you first join, you see just some generic QC Runner areas, and then you say you're part of Hustle Castle, and once you do that, you get to see all the Hustle Castle channels. And if you happen to play Zero City or American Dad, you say that, and then you see the American Dad or Zero City channels as well. And I think I'm gonna leave it here, because it was obviously we had to do a little bit of catch up and see what was going on. And I explained something that is quite key and quite pivotal at this level. Like I said, I didn't expect this to happen until a couple levels up, but from what I saw, you just can't really win at these levels most of the time, because people are running this split level squads, and you can't beat a level 30 fighter with your level 20s, or you can't beat a level 40 fighter with your level 30s, unless you're doing something like this, which kind of drops you down to a lower level. So then you have a higher level fighter that's doing that kind of stuff. So anyway, just a brief quick catch up, letting you guys know that this series has not completely died, and I will be doing it again. We got a new event coming live very soon in Hustle Castle. I think in the next 2 days there's a downtime coming. I don't think that's announced here. Let's take a look here real quick. This is the update here. We got lots of new stuff. Eastern Hustle is about to begin, and this is one of the ones where you get 2 different levels. And you go on the top level, you get your free-to-play player, you get a bunch of great items usually. It's really, really good. And then if you pay $10, you can get a pass, and then you can get a bunch of free stuff on the bottom level as well. So this is one of my top 2. Oh no, this is the, let me take one step back. There's 2 different events that I like a lot. This one's my top one. One, because of what I was trying to... All right, 2 steps back. I was explaining something called a challenge event. We just got done with those, and I'm getting confused. And we just have one. We have one currently in American Dad. And we have one coming next week in Zero City, and that is one that is my second favorite event. My first favorite event is this one, and this is one where you basically just play the game and you get cards and you get collections, and when you complete these collections, you get really good stuff. And a big thing that you get are runes. So I might actually take this account and level it up to the next level, because you can start getting runes, and runes are big time game changers. So as a beginner, I think they don't start till TR6, but it might be TR5, and that would be SR5 or CC5 for the other games. And those are prototypes and holograms on those games as well. But you get runes in the game. It's massive game changers. It makes your weapons better, it makes your armor better, it makes your rings better. And now this is going to be an amulet rune that's going to be added to the game, so it's going to make your amulets better. So these are game changers. These are big events. These are ones you definitely want to be part of and participate and try to get as many of those runes as you can, because they make you significantly better. So I highly recommend playing them. I enjoy them a lot. And then if you also, that's another one, you can pay $10 and then you can get some extra items throughout, and I personally think it's really worth it. It's only $10 for me, and it allows you to get the better gear easier. So yeah, well, I don't know if I'll be covering this game again, the beginner series, while that event's going on, because there's also going to be a Zero City event going on, and there's currently an American Dad event going on. So all 3 of them going on, and trying to do the beginner series might be a little bit too much, but we'll see. I will try not to let this one go quite as long until the next one. Again, drop a comment down below if you have any questions about what I was talking about with this whole setup here for your arena. It is quite critical, and hopefully next time I will get in there and do some testing and show you guys what that looks like. So, but for now, we'll leave it at that. This has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.